The following episode of the Top Gun Show is being provided for the sales partners of NXTSYS as yet another valuable tool to help your customers make informed decisions. Enjoy. Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today, I'd like to welcome my friend and colleague, Chris Donlan, the head technologist of AppSmart. Chris is my go-to guy for technology solutions and sales engineering. He has an extensive career in technology solution design, selling, sales engineering, and management, where his focus is providing the best technology solution available aligned with the business issues. He spent over 12 years in solutions engineering at Windstream before moving on to United Technologies, and then spent almost 4 years with Microcorp before they recently became part of the AppSmart family of companies. Chris, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for having me. I'm honored.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. I've seen firsthand your approach to solutions engineering, how different it is from most professionals in your position. When you get introduced to a customer by a sales partner who's asking for a specific technology service, how do you approach it?
It's interesting. I'm in a unique position here of having a huge portfolio of vendors and providers that can provide pretty much any solution to any problem. Puts me in a really great position to be able to really come in agnostically and understand that business, find what the problems are, what the issues are, what the desired outcomes are, create the right design for that, and then find in that portfolio who are the best to facilitate this particular opportunity. And they're all different.
Yeah, for sure. You know, there's literally thousands of sales partners that follow the Top Gun Show and are watching this right now. So now's your chance. How can you help them become more successful with their customers?
Well, I would say this. I would say, kind of think of that approach, very simply. What's the problem? What's the desired outcome? And tie that into a business conversation. People don't buy technology for technology's sake like it's a video game. They buy it to solve business problems. So if you always start there, you don't end up down the rabbit hole of speeds and feeds and IP packets and then commoditized solutions. Talk about the desired outcome, and then you get there. Use resources like myself at AppSmart to engage with your customer and maybe do a little deeper dive, a little more discovery, then come up with the right solution, and then let us, myself, or my team here, determine who are the best providers that can provide exactly that outcome we're looking for. That would be the first one. The second thing I would say is, the pandemic was a huge disruptor to our industry. And although a lot of cloud services were fully baked and cloud solutions were fully baked prior to the pandemic, the pandemic and the shift of workforce from in office to either home or remote has forced businesses to really look at cloud solutions. And the low-hanging fruit there is UCaaS or CCaaS. There are so many legacy PBXs still out in the marketplace. And a survey I read just recently said that over 80% of businesses are now looking at a cloud voice solution for their business after the pandemic. So it's a matter of, we've always said it works. It was just a matter of the buyers to get into that position where they're ready to buy. So I would start there with your customer and then engage somebody like myself or, some other counterparts here at AppSmart to widen that conversation and capture much of that spend.
Yeah, that's a great answer. That's something that you've taught me, and then I'm in turn teaching my sales partners when someone comes to me and says, hey, I want to talk to a sales engineer from XYZ vendor. You've always taught me to say why. Yeah. Why do you want that? What business outcome are you trying to achieve? And then, work backwards into that. That's great. So let's talk about solutions for a second. What solutions are you talking about today with your sales partners and their clients that are addressing today's unique business climate and objectives?
I would say a lot of it is UCaaS. And, when we talk UCaaS, we are talking about a software in the cloud. So we have to start the conversation with, where do your applications live? And where are they going to live in 18 months? Tells us what change is going on in the organization. And what kind of underlying network framework do we have to provide in order for all those applications to work as intended? And then we kind of end up in an SD-WAN conversation. Now we're adding more internet to maybe a network. Now we'd have to talk about edge security, and then we get into the cybersecurity discussion. That would be one. The other, I would say, is mail backup. Every single organization uses mail of some type, whether it be Google or Office 365, somebody's using mail. What a lot of organizations don't know is mail is not backed up by those providers. Your mail isn't. They back up their own stuff to run their own solution. But if somebody deletes a mailbox, it's gone. So that's another angle to talk to your customer about something they may not be doing, and then provide a solution for that backup, right? And then you can have the conversation, well, how do you back up all of your other data? What are you doing for disaster recovery on the data side, not necessarily the network side? So that's a way to widen that conversation very easily without having to be really technical. It's just business questions.
Great nuggets right there, Chris. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, Chris, I know for a fact that you're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and that I know there are millions and millions of people, I love it, watching you right now. Please tell the viewers a fun or little known fact about yourself.
Little known fact about myself. Wow, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Probably a little known fact is I used to be an avid surfer, and I've surfed down the entire coast of California when I graduated high school, traveled from San Francisco all the way down to Tijuana.
You must have wore a wetsuit, right? I mean, because it
was in August. It was in August. So
I'd still wear a wetsuit, man. Of course, you look like a seal if you do. So
yeah, exactly. Well, that's a funny story. I remember I was surfing in Morro Bay, being surrounded by all these cute little sea lions, and thought it was the greatest thing ever until I found out that that's a great white shark breeding ground.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess I'm happy I survived.
For sure. Congratulations. Well, Chris, thanks for carving out some time out of your schedule of taking care of my sales partners to be on the Top Gun show. I appreciate it.
Oh, you bet, Steve. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, everybody.